Hello, hello. We are back. Community League Racing time. It's the Rising Stars on a Tuesday, round 7 in season number 3. So today it will be Laguna Seca. Many sand castles to build probably around this very old school racetrack with the famous corkscrew corner, obviously. And again, we are using, or the drivers are using, I'm not driving, the Ford Focus Gr.B rally car for the races. Penultimate round of the season. Well, let's have a quick look at the standings. So, Devo leading the championship had a huge win last week at Interlagos. Couch Racing in second and Captain in third, who had a bit of a nightmare round last week. And we have Dashi and Taz. He's on a rise recently in that Ford Focus Gr.B rally car. Did very well there to move up the championship order. Here, what is possible? So, with 2 rounds to go, we'll see. And yeah, so this week, Laguna Seca, next week will be at Daytona. Sorry for that cough. Daytona will be next week. The road course. Epic final race, of course it is. So yeah, what can we expect today? The usual stuff, like we have a 10-minute qualifying session with 50 liters initial fuel, and we have a 40 minutes race. We have all of the racing tire compounds available, and the racing soft tire is mandatory. Tire wear times 2 and fuel consumption times 3. That being said, we are looking roughly at 28 laps of racing in those 40 minutes. The fuel probably will last 24, maybe if you save even more, 25 laps, but not the full 28s unless you go for a massive fuel save. On the other hand, the softs, they won't last for 28 laps. So we will definitely see a one-stop strategy. The two-stop, I don't know. It's a very big pit loss usually here at Laguna Seca. So you should probably avoid stopping for a second time. So in my test run, I did a medium to soft strategy. Tires a bit scruffy towards the end, but it did work. I guess if you want to play it safe, you go for hard to softs, that is. And we have some tire whisperers amongst us. We'll see what they can do. Just waiting for me 1 or 2 drivers to join. Let's see. Can wait for a couple of minutes. That's no biggie. I guess maximum 5 minutes. It's also ping. Oh, just wait for confirmation if Vivo can maybe still make the race start, so he will sit out qualifying, but could enter the race. So we'll have to wait and see. His PlayStation taking ages to install the recent update, apparently. So but nevertheless, we will be starting the qualifying session now, and maybe Vivo can join us for the race later. So 10 minutes of qualifying to set the grid order for the 40 minutes race, that is. So go with good luck. And then let's head into this one. Racing softs should be the tire of choice for the qualifying session, of course. And with 50 liters of fuel, you get a little bit of a lighter car. So curious to see the lap times actually. So last week when I was doing the test run, I had lap times no one else could do, so was a bit surprised. So I double checked my settings, but I was using like BOP and didn't cheat, so I'm not sure what's going on. So I give you my target time now for if you're going that wide, you won't get a quick lap. So my best on softs was a 1 minute 23.4. I think a 24 would be a very, very reasonable time. Race pace, you should be looking at 25s to 26s on mediums. And hards, not too far off the time, to be honest. Now let's see who can make the softs last for a long distance, and also for some good lap times. So let's have a look at our 8 drivers today for the qualifying session. If Evo sitting in the pits, not bothering with the qualifying, but looks alright. So we go on board with Couch. It should be third gear exit coming out of the final turn, and here we go. Now crossing the start finish straight to head into the Andretti hairpin turns number 1 and 2 at Laguna Seca. Third gear. Go for the next 2 right-handers. Don't touch the inside sausage curb. Get early onto the power. Don't go on to the sand, of course. Carry the speed through the right-hander. Now, it is between the 3 and the 2 ward where you brake. Third gear, fourth gear, on exit. Run up towards the crucial kink. So brake, downshift into fourth. Accelerate. Don't run too wide, that's okay. Uphill towards the corkscrew, the Rahal straight. We brake just when we hit the crest, the start of the curb. Second gear entry, third gear on exit, straight line. That car through the corkscrew we go. Fifth gear briefly into fourth. Oh no, fifth gear for Couch. Keeping it in fourth. And now 2 board, fourth gear. Cruising through that final turn. Run a little bit wide. Just another 3-port brake. Second gear for rotation, third gear on exit. Oh, it's second gear on exit. Wasn't sure about that. And it should be a 24 incoming for Couch. That's a nice lap to start that qualifying session. Definitely where's Trulancy, a 26 currently. If Captain with an Offtakes 2 also had an issue somewhere throughout this lap, so won't be improving. Taz, a 25.3. Well, let's have a look at the championship leader. Davo comes across the line with a 23, maybe. No, 24.6. Oh, Couch and Davo 1-2. Where is Dashi? Dashi with a new attempt to go on the outlap captain with his attempt to set a lap time to the first one at an issue, 39.9. Maybe an off track somewhere. Let's wait for captain. He had some great qualifying performance throughout the season. Can he repeat that? Can he get that car onto the front row? That's a question. Third, fourth gear, something like that. Couch into the pits. Well, he's going for fresh tires, going body in and out lap approach, getting like low fuel runs towards the end. Trelenzi improved a 24.8. Backing out of it. Taz with the mediums, interesting strategy. Did a 24.6 on mediums. Come on, Taz, use the soft tires. You can do it. Pretty sure about that. So here comes captain around the final turn. Looks like a much faster lap time. 24.8, just below the 25. Evoke with a 25.7. Dashi now with the run in his white Red Bull livery. The 64 racing number. Drifting it through the turns. That looks spectacular. It's a rally car after all, but it's not the quickest way. You have to learn to drive that car in a very, very smooth way to get the maximum performance out of it. Also use the higher gears. So in my experience, you have to drive that car a bit like an FF car. Dashi was a bit wide. Let's see if he got dirty tires from that, heading into the corkscrew. Made that entry, no issue. Struggles a little bit on the exit. Improves and runs wide. Gets dirty tires, spins the car. Running out of time now. See, a reset once again. Davo's on the outlap. Couch starting a new run. Oh, we see an improvement on that 24.3. Stu improved that lap time. E6 it is for TCR driver. A 25. Taz now used the medium tires to get a banker lap and now using the softs with low fuel. Oh, okay, interesting choice again. So use the mediums for a bit of a practice run to see about the pace, and now going for the hard lap on soft tires. So Taz definitely one to watch in that car. What about Couch through the kink, using more of the runoff area? That looks like a solid run. We have to wait for the next split sector. Coming through, the corkscrew touches the gravel and loses all of the momentum, 8/10 down. So we have 2.5 minutes left. So what to do now? Fresh tires again. Maybe he's now exits and starts with 50 liters again. So Taz on the outlap. Davo with the flying lap now on fresh soft tires. Just over 2 minutes to go, and he's improving 1/10 the gap to his personal best. Can he get Taz at least for a front row start? But the start wasn't too bad. Or our championship leader gets a decent run through the kink. Uphill towards Rahal. Straight we go. And then just before the curb on the left hand side. You break it a straight line into the corkscrew. Downhill we go. Purple. We might be looking at a 23 for Devo. Good lap so far. Just the final 2 turns now. Don't run too wide on the exit. That looks good. We all saw that Couch had a little bit of an issue on the penultimate lap, the exit. So there's still a couple of 10th lying around. And this could be Devo taking provisional pole. No, he lost a little bit of speed, but places the car onto the front row for now. What about Hess coming through the corkscrew? Will he get that run? Whoa, 7.5 tenths up. So can he keep that pace? Can he get the 23 and a pole position? That looked like a decent run, braking for the final turn. Second gear. Second gear on exit using the revs. And we'll get the 23. You're pretty sure about that? 23.6, nice lap test. That's probably pole position time. So David third, Trelancy in P4 with 30 seconds to go. Captain finished the qualifying session. Best he can get P5. Ewok with a new run. P6 it is Stu also finished that session. And Dashi with a 25.3 currently sitting in P8. What is possible for the American driver? Oh, it's like not the starting position he wants to, but maybe he can improve. It's definitely now the final lap of the qualifying session. He jumps over the corkscrew. Kira gets loose. That's too aggressive. 3 tenths down. So I think Dashi will be starting in P8, whereas Devo finished, couldn't improve, stays in P3. Taz with the pole lap, 23.6. Well done, Couch. Then starts in P2 with a 24.3. Ewok finished 25.2 and Dashi 25.9 in P8. So that's our crit for round number 7. We'll see a couple of seconds until we get the race results, so I'll unclip that. And here we go. The race results from the qualifying session. Taz with pole 23.6. That's about the pace I was expecting for pole. Nicely done. Couch Racing on the front row with it for 24.3. Evo also 24.3, sitting in P3 alongside with Trelancy in P4. Then Captain Evo P5 and P6 on row number 3. And the 4th row is Stu and Dashi. Also close gaps between the cars. And just reading a message, Vivo it's just taking ages to copy the update file, so he can't make it. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, hopefully next week again. Alright. So we can go with starting soon. To the full screen again. So yeah, racing softs mandatory. 40 minutes of racing. And I'm not sure if someone's listening, my strategy was 20 laps on mediums and 8 laps on softs to finish the race. 9 possible maybe softs, but the softs get a big drop after 2-3 laps. So medium tire is a really good one. Just saying. But here we go. Let's start round number 7. Here we go. Good luck everybody. Let's get this race on the way. Alright, here we go. Has pole position, Couch has the inside for turn number 1 again, so if you mess up the start, and Taz is using the hards, Couch is the mediums, Dave on the mediums, Trelency mediums, Captain Softs, Evok hards, Stu hards, and Dashi mediums. Alright, interesting strategy. Last time Taz was using the medium tires and lost that position to Couch already, heading into the Andretti hairpin for the first time. And with the hard tires, doesn't have the grip, so Trelency moves up a position into P2. Couch leading, Tess staying in P3 with Devo right behind. Evok is on the outside, that blue car stays in P5, but now side by side they go through the next King. Still Tess on the outside on hard tires, loses that position to Devo. The mediums has more grip, braking for the left hander, a little bit of a banking in cambered corner, that is. So Dashi moved up to P6 on mediums. Captain with the softs in P6 gets a little nudge on the inside, keeps that car on track, and Dashi down to P8, had to sacrifice some speed. Couch leading, Trelency in second, both on the mediums. Devo on mediums as well in P3. Then Evok is our best hard tire runner currently in P4. Taz, the pole sitter, also using hard tires, is running in P5. Then Dashi up to P6, Captain P7, and Stu P8. So how did those positions change? I think we were running. Okay, we need to go to the longer replay and see what happened. Captain and Dashi Captain and Stu somehow had an incident. Went a bit deep into the corkscrew for the first time. This promoted Dashi up position, but then runs deep into turn number 1, gets dirty tires and loses that position to Captain again. We all love and hate Laguna just for that, right? So if you make a mistake, you're usually off track big time and lose so much time. Couch with a nice little gap, 1.2 seconds currently that lead. Trelency in P2 second, the gap to Devo in third. Trelency P4. Taz lost it. I think that was the King, and then he got sent into the Shadow Realm. Well, let's wait and see. The left-hander. Yeah, the rear. Boom, losing that car and then parking it. That's unlucky, but it happens. So Taz from P1 to P8 after lap number 2. It's still not everything is lost on the hard tires. It just needs to get a clean race from now on. So gap 2 is Stu, 1.2, so still within that slipstream range. Roughly 3 seconds that gap to Dashi. Another 2.32, Captain in P5. With the only driver on soft tires at the moment. How long will they last? That is the question. Evok in fourth on the hards, doing a good job. Devo lost a little bit of time to Trelency, who gained massively on Couch. Couch with a little mistake probably. Lost 5-6 tenths. Or Trelency just with a massive run on that lap. We'll see about that coming around the final turn, and yeah, staying within 7/10 of a second. That might be the new fastest lap incoming. No, not quite, but just confirming it's 25.3. Couch going a bit deep into the ready happen. So good run for Trelensi, under half a second that gap. That's a decent run. You need to be so thoughtful with your throttle inputs. If you run wide, you get dirty tires and lose so much speed and momentum. Trelensi touched the inside curb a little bit too much. Had to sacrifice cornering speed. Now the Gr.B corner it is on that track. You see Couch took it easy, lost the 10th again. And Trelensi gaining braking zone into the hairpin. Gets a good run, though keeping that at roughly 6/10. And we also see that Davo is not too far behind that group. Okay, good off chase cam action. Top 3 within less than 2 seconds. So very smooth driving again. Yeah, coming out of the final turn in 3rd gear. That helps with the traction, you know, and also helps with the tire wear. Have a quick comparison. The front right tire is the problematic one. The Couch using a little bit more compared to Trelensi, and Davo is smooth operator. Barely anywhere. Ewok on those hard tires. 5 seconds gap now. 26 is 27th. The lap times on those hard tires. Captain running 25s. Let's see how long he can make those soft tires last. So he's gaining on Ewok. And then Dashi, bit of up and down lap times. 25.8. That's very strong pace on medium tires. That 26.5 on the other hand. It's too slow at this stage of the race. And next up it is Taz 27. So ideally the longer you go with those hard tires, the more the lap times will come down. So you should be looking at 26s. And this is exactly what Taz about to do now. So as 4/10 in the Delta, and could see the first 26 on hard tires. So that gap to the leader, though 24 seconds, is a big one. 26.9. It's 2 on hards. 26.3. Really? 26.6, so sometimes the information is misleading and is simply wrong with the game. So you have to switch to a different driver to see the actual time. Oh, Couch hit the inside sausage, that cost him some momentum, but Trelensi runs wide, gets some dirty tires now. Be careful going into the corkscrew here. Had to overslow that car, and this is the opportunity for Davo now. 6, 7 tenths that gap, and gap keeps on coming down between the two. Again, smooth exit, still gaining in that slipstream. Will we see a move into turn number 1? Coming down the main straight through this little kink. No, too far behind. But Trelensi goes a little bit deep, too deep maybe. Different lines definitely. That gap to Couch 1 second. So the top 3 still within 2 seconds currently. And on the same strategy for now. Starting on the medium tires, and I'd say, yeah, you probably looking at roughly lap 20 plus minus 1-2 laps depending on your driving style. So I think Devo with a very smooth and can probably change to the soft tires a bit earlier compared to Couch, who probably needs to run those mediums as long as possible to have the softs towards the end for a lap less than maybe. But that tire wear is not looking great. A bit overdriving in that car. You see the difference, Couch to Trelancey and Devo. This is yeah, big difference, which will play a huge factor towards the end of the tire stint. So Evoque 27's very consistent lap times. The captain now with the softs. Dave C. Better Days, so lap 8. It's still like a good attempt so far to make them last for 8 laps, but this is probably the in lap. You see had a 29, a bit of an off track. Apart from that, 25s and 26s. Dashi, yeah, lap times all over the place. 27s last 2 laps. And Taz is, let's see, 26.2. Yeah, it was a very nice lap on those hard tires. That 27.1, maybe a slight mistake, but nothing major. Looking good with those hards. And Stu, after that 26.6, some mistakes, 27.28 currently. So we go back to our lead group, a little gap between Couch and Trelancey now. We have Devo still sitting comfortably in that slipstream. Really looking after the tires, maybe also the fuel. So we'll make a quick comparison with the fuel levels. So that is at 65, maybe for Devo. Oh, and Trelancey off track, the king. Well, we have to watch it again. So the king, I think inside line. Yeah, just didn't turn as much as he wanted, or carried a little bit too much speed with it. So yeah, but Trelancey's fuel versus Devo's fuel, advantage Devo, and Couch doing a good job with the fuel, short shifting that car a little bit. Not too much, but still this is, yeah, the same level basically. We see Captain in on lap number 9. Now can he go all the way to the end on mediums? He's dropping down to P8 for the moment with the first driver to pit, and yeah, it took like 100 years to get to your pit crew. Still with a 33 last time around, a little bit of an off track. And yeah, Captain tries to go for the mediums, but didn't refuel. Yeah, this looks like a 2-stop for Captain, but we'll have to wait and see the gap now when he comes out of the pits. So that's a big pit loss. 30 plus seconds, something like that. Hard to make up that time in a 40 minutes race. And Couch now struggling with the front right tire. Oh, this could be Davo's opportunity, but Davo with a small penalty. Into the first hairpin. We go out of turn number 2. Davo keeps it within half a second. Those turns are okay with worn tires, the right-handers. It's the left-handers that are the issue now for Couch with the front right. That's 15 minutes in, and how long can he make this medium tire last? I think he is forced to do a 2-stop here as well. Sends it through the corkscrew. This is a penalty. We saw some gravel, and yeah, that's usually the sign. Also Davo with another half-second penalty added, so that is 1 second, and Couch won't be serving a penalty this lap. Davo now gets forced to slow that car down and drops out of the slipstream range for now. Trelawney still running in third. Evoque with great tire management on those hard tires. So Dashi forced to pit on mediums. Oh, that's another medium and then a soft run. Pretty sure about that. So Captain on the mediums. But the fuel might be an issue unless he's like fuel saving 4 days to make it till the end. A bit concerned with that fuel. And Stu trying to go a bit longer on the racing hards. Dashi going to softs now, okay. Going for the aggressive approach with the soft tires. And we have 1.4, 1.5 between the top 2, and Couch will be serving that penalty when he comes around the final turn. Oh, he's pitting. So yeah, 2-stop confirmed for Couch. So this is all Davo's race once again. Starting lap number 13. Can he make it roughly to lap 20 on those mediums? 60% the wear. Maybe the final lap might get iffy, but we'll see. Evoque with definitely a 1-stop hard to the soft test as well after that spin. He might still be up there for a podium there with the hard to soft strategy. Couch Racing now comes out of the pits and he serves the penalty on the pit exit. Doesn't lose that much time. Maybe that was also something he had in mind, pitting this lap. So medium for Couch here. 2-stop. It is Trelawney also doing medium to medium. Notice one. What about the captain? Oh, big wobble, but kept that car on the track. And Dashi is pushing the soft tires now. He's closing that gap, but he has to pit for at least one more time. Those softs, they won't make it till the end. That's pretty obvious, for me at least. And Stu fighting with the hard tires and the track here at Laguna, so he's parking it, so poof, a difficult one into reverse, and we go. No, we don't want to see that. Didn't want to press that. Sorry. So Devo is in the lead now. There's a yellow flag, so Stu getting out of the way for the race leader Ewok in the second and Taz in third. So Devo is trying the medium to soft strategy, but now suddenly the drop is happening. The front right taking a beating now. Let's have a look at the gap between Couch and Devo. So roughly 30-second pit loss with taking a little bit of fuel. So Couch is now on the soft tires. So can Devo make those mediums last for another 5 laps to go for that one stop? The two hard tire runners, Ewok and Taz, they certainly will. And they have the advantage over Couch Racing at this stage already. The Couch will have to pit one more time, either softs or mediums. Probably the best he can get is a P4. Trelancy medium has to use the softs, so we'll be using those tires towards the end of the race. They're actually pushing the car, got up to P6, got past Captain, who had a 39.8 and off track somewhere in P7, and Stu now with the soft tires trying to feel the grip that car, maybe get into a rhythm on those soft tires for a couple of laps. And also a long way to go on the soft tires. We go back to Devo and have a look at this front right tire. It is more than 80% down now, so the last couple of laps really tough for the medium tires. Can he extend that gap, or is he forced to pit again and do 2 stops? This would be like the perfect scenario for Ewok and Taz, both with the hards, and they can probably run the hards as long as the fuel lasts and then go for a very short run on soft tires. So don't be surprised to see them like fighting for the overall win. This front right tire is not looking pretty for the race leader. He's staying out. He probably has no other choice, but once you have reached like 90-95% of wear, you have so much understeer that the car just doesn't want to turn, and you lose like 2-3 seconds on that lap, and then it adds up to like 4, 5, 6 seconds a lap maybe. You don't want to end up in the madhouse. Then well, lap time's still looking solid with the 26s. Devo can still turn that car at this stage. Just 19 seconds roughly to Ewok. That's still less than a pit stop. And it's on lap 17, so again, I predicted lap count 28 and 8 laps, maybe 9 laps on the soft. So 9 is the absolute maximum, I'd say. 8 is manageable. So the earliest Devo should pit for a one-stop strategy is the end of lap 19, so 2 more laps to go. He's staying out. So we are now down to this 90% wear thing. And it's getting interesting now. Also, Tess is pushing, closing that gap to Evoque under 4 seconds. With a 25.9 on hard tires. That is an awesome lap. Couch racing with the 24/7 on softs, but the softs already seen better days, and Couch is not using them for any longer, going back to the mediums now. Pretty sure about that. Stu doing the same probably. Mediums not worth it, and going back to mediums. So 27.2 last time around, and the lap times won't be improving. Pretty sure. Gets that car turned through the king, so stays on track. Ashy is in as well. The 2 stoppers, they are done with the scheduled stops. But we are still missing the top 3 to pit. Tess, Evoque, and Davo. On 95% that were coming round. So he will make it probably till the end of lap 19 without completely dead tires. That is good news. 26 again for Davo, yeah. Solid lap times on those dead tires. And Evoque with 27s all the way. In P2, Tess is pushing, closing that gap. Another 26 for Tess. 3 seconds the gap. Trelancy on medium searches so far has to pit for softs again. So Couch on mediums it is. Captain on the mediums. Probably has to pit for fuel and then goes for softs. Again, Dashi on the mediums, and looks like Stu has retired that car. So it is roughly 20 seconds for Davo to Evoque on lap 19. So will he extend that medium tire stint for one more lap, or is it time to pit and then hope that the softs will last for the remainder? He's staying out, going for 28. The strategy. It's a risk now, this final lap. The tires might die. He's still running 26s, so not a real drop. Evoque. This is Dashi. And Dashi got lapped, had an issue. So Evoque still running in P2. They can also think now to pit at the end of lap 20. Tess 2.3. He's gaining, still gaining on Evoque. Is P2 possible? Dashi goes deep and gives Tess a free pass, a free overtake. Didn't lose any time at all by doing that. Tess, that's good news. And Trelancy in P4 probably will keep that P4. The gap to Couch 25. Yeah, could be close between Trelancy and Couch towards the end of the race. So Davo, the fuel is low, the tires are dead. Is this the time to pit, or will he extend it for one more? I think 8 should be fine to go on with the softs. And yeah, in it is for Davo. The hard tire runners. Do they have enough confidence to use the softs for 8 laps as well? Evoque staying out. Tess should be pitting. No! Staying out. Going for the very, very safe run. Here to go for just 7 laps then on soft tires. So for a brief moment Evok and has leading Trulancy in P3. Devo comes out of the pits, soft tires to finish that race. And the gap to Trulancy 5-6 seconds, something like that, when he's up to speed. Just 11.7 to Evok and Taz, so it's now getting really close. Also Dashi is involved suddenly as the better tires, but doesn't want to get involved into the battle for position. But looks Taz got past Evok though. I think both will be pitting now. Less than 10 minutes to go. This should be okay. This should be okay. At least from what I have experienced. And Taz and Evok staying out for one more lap, so he doesn't have any confidence in the soft tires. By the looks. Trulancy also staying out. It's probably because Evok and Trulancy, they want to battle for that race. And Trulancy will pit for softs and Evok will pit for softs. So two different strategies which come together towards the end of the race. And Devo looks like the race winner for round number 7 and might secure the championship here already. Couch in fourth. Where is Taz? Coming around, lost that position to Couch Racing for the moment. But it's mediums for Couch and softs for Taz, so tire advantage for the TCR driver. Captain is in, going for a soft tire run now to finish that race. Dashi wants to finish the race on the mediums. And Evok still leading, is running low on fuel now, so it's now pit in for Evok. Trulancy going for an extra lap on the mediums. Interesting. Like for a very short push stint then on those softs. So what's the gap between Couch and Taz? 4.2. Yes, can Couch get a podium after all? Will he get past Evok? It looks like, I don't know. There's Evok refueling that car. Couch crosses the start finish line and into D and ready happen. 4 seconds, the gap still to Taz. And Evok now on the pit exit, so alright. So Evok jumped down to P5. We're just missing Trulancy to use the soft tires. Now and Devo leading and fastest lap as well, 24.1. Taking care of those soft tires. 6 minutes 40 seconds to go. That's looking very promising for Devo. So Trulancy probably pitting soon. Now. Alright, Couch lost a second to Taz now through the kink. So Taz is pushing probably for a fastest lap of the race. Now with those soft tires, 3 seconds to get. Yes. Nearly 8 tenths up. We'll get probably a 24. Will it be a low 24? That is the question. He's gaining 2.7 seconds. Trulancy will, I don't know, will he come out in front of Evok? Whereas Evok crosses the line. Trulancy on the pit exit. They go side by side, maybe. It's a shorter run for Trelensi coming off the pits. He's within 2 seconds probably of Evoque, so here we go. The battle continues between Evoque and Trelensi. Less than 2 seconds. Evoque on softs, Trelensi on softs. Both can push with 5.5 minutes to go till the end of the race. Then Captain in 6th position and Dashi in P7. Stu retired in the car in P8. So they were again with the race winning strategy by the looks. Medium to softs, Couch a penalty, and a fast charging Taz right behind the Couch with medium soft medium compared to Taz hard to soft strategy. That gap will come down to under 2 seconds starting lap 25. Now can Couch Racing keep that P2, that podium position? It's another 5 seconds to Evoque, so probably a P3, that's okay for Couch. It has 24.8, 1.23, something like that when they come out of the first hairpin. So Taz has the slipstream. Evoque versus Trelensi, 1.5. For a brief moment at least, the delta was showing me 1.5. It's 1.8 now. So can Trelensi close that gap to challenge Evoque for P4? We go back to Couch Racing versus Taz. A second still between the two drivers. Couch a bit wide, but kept the foot down. Now the kink, no drama. Did he carry the speed? Not as much as Taz. Taz was more committed. Also, better tires. Through the corkscrew we go, taking it easy this time. Taz not risking too much. Gap stays roughly at 1 second. Gets a good penultimate turn, braking for the final corner. 8/10 that gap early on to the power to get the run on the main straight. It's still less than a second. And 3 minutes to go. 2 more laps, so 28 racing laps. That's the target for at least the top 3. So Devo 25 seconds. He can take it very easy now. On lap 26, Couch Racing. Another half a second penalty. That will be costly. Maybe that will be the chance for Taz to get that P2. It's 4.7 seconds to Evoque, and Trelensi caught up with his racing partner in the Rising Star Series. Here we go, 6/10. And we hear the trance music. Da-dum, 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 da. Less than 4/10 into the corkscrew we go. Gets a good run. Inside line, keeping it tight to the apex. I think we have to go also to Couch versus Taz. Couch had to serve that penalty, starting the penultimate lap of the race, and Taz goes around the outside. It defends the inside 40 and Shreddy happen. This car, well done. Evoque versus Trelensi. Evoque keeps that position for now. Both run a little bit deep. They carry on with the race. So just over 1 minute to go. Lap 27. Will they get lap 28, or will this be their final lap? I think they will have another lap to fight for it. 4.3 seconds the gap to Couch, who is having problems to keep up with Taz. 1 second the gap, so Taz up to P2, and Devo comes around, the final turn starts, lap 28, the final lap of the race. Right about now, so Tess in P2, 1.2 seconds. Couch in third on mediums. Ewok versus Trelancy, we will stay with them. I think they get lap 28 as well, yeah. So we should have a nice little fight for P2 between Ewok and Trelancy. With less than 10 seconds to go, they cross the line. It is 7 seconds for Trelancy, 6 for Ewok, something like that. So final lap it is. Couch trying to stay with Tess as well, under 4 seconds the gap to Ewok and Trelancy. No more mistakes now on the final lap. Stu finished the race in P8. Captain will finish in P6 and Stashy in P7. What is possible? See in the distance, Tess has himself a nice little gap, 1.2 still, nothing to worry. And then I think we go to Devo, who wins round number 7 with a medium to soft strategy. Tess, hard to soft, will get that P2. But looks, just keep it on the black stuff. Come into the final turn and goes round, no off tracks, and Tess in second, Couch in third, and we go to Ewok and Trelancy coming out the final turn, the run to the line between the two drivers. Ewok will get the run and keep that position. Trelancy P5, Captain in P6, Dashi a little bit of laying in the caddy litter in the sand on the outlap. I'm not sure why he pitted, but we'll finish that race in P7 and Stu in 8th. So across the line. Well done, everybody. Let's get rid of those. We go to the intermission screen. I'll save the replay race results as usual, and then we have a look at the race results. Devo with the victory, 24.1, the fastest lap as well. The medium to soft strategy, 28 split. That was my test run as well. Well done, Devo. Test with a hard to soft run with a crash on the hard tires early on. Got back to P2, then Couch Racing with a medium soft medium strategy in P3 in the final spot on the podium. Ewok versus Trelancy. Ewok with a hard to soft strategy P4, Trelancy medium soft P5. So two different strategies, close, very close towards the end of the race. Less than 3/10 separates those two drivers. Captain soft, medium soft, I think strategy. Dashi medium soft, medium, something like that, and Stu parked it at some point here. Had a couple of off tracks, didn't feel that combination by the looks. Alright, so that is round number 7, the Rising Stars. Next week, the season finale, Daytona, the road course. I will do the points, but it could be that Devo claimed the title with another victory today and a fastest lap. So yeah, results will get published on SRP and in the Discord tomorrow at some point probably. Right, that's it for today. We will be back on Thursday with the World Series, the GT Driver Career in 2025 Masters Cup round number 4 Mazda Roadster Touring Car at Grand Valley South. Should be a good one. probably see a couple of the drivers competing in the Rising Stars in the Masters Cup as well. So, thank you all for watching. I'm your boy Jaeger. Take care. Have a good time. See you around next time. Bye bye. Love you all. Yippee-ki-yay.